Alright guys, welcome back, another video. What is it? We're about the middle of July. Olympics are about to start. People are ducking for cover everywhere. So, this video, I'm going to tackle the fuselage. We're going to splash some colour on there, some trim, get it out of the tent, put the tail on and start working forward. Pull out a wing, I guess, and we'll start covering the wing. Thanks for watching, enjoy the movie. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking a roundel. It's a bit hard in the tent, I'm too close to the aeroplane. I'm thinking the roundel, a couple of white stripes which are intentionally off-centered for some reason, and the number down the back. I'll square all this up, you know, vertical, and I'll get the fuselage horizontal, and then I can plumb bob things, I guess. Get everything square. Or just use the formers, although I won't trust those. Or do I leave the white lines off for now? Can always add them later, it's a bit hard to take them off. But if I'm sloshing white paint around, I sort of like those white lines just to give it a bit of whatever. The look I'm going for, I think I've discussed it, like wonga bonga. But if I just leave it like this guy, less is more sometimes. Maybe we should just do the roundel first and then worry about, once I get the wood and everything on, see if we need some white lines. I could paint those out in the hanger if I need to. Let's just do the roundel. Forget about the white lines for now. Roundel and the number, or the rego, which I've just, it's a fictitious number, F2024, just because it's the year 2024. RA Oz, not too worried about. That's my registration at this stage. I believe because it's a replica, I don't need a whopping great number on the side. I just need it in the cockpit or something. I'm yet to just, you know, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Worst case, I'll just sticky tape a number on the side if I have to get it legal, and then it might blow off. So I'm going to now use that as my center. I found online somewhere, you know, the proper markings. I've got a 7 there, which I think is 7 inches back from this first former, is what I've gone with. Doesn't really matter. Just want the size of the ring to fit just in there, which it does. Now I'll get my compass out and we'll mark that up, I think. We'll go from there. Right, got my nail taped on. It'll stay there now until I paint this all white, I guess. Just making this up as I go along, guys. Now we'll put the this on and draw our lines, or just the perimeter one for now. I might draw a 5-incher just so I make sure I get the white right over it, and we'll go from there. I'll show you the lines once they're done. Alright, camera won't pick that up, I don't think. I'm finding it hard myself, but the pencil line is on there. That is our outer perimeter for the white, and I've got a little one in there for the red. I'll go and do the other side, I think. Voila, one circle. That looks pretty good. I like it. Had to do a running repair to the torch. I don't know what's going on there, but it sort of works now. Beautiful. Okay, beautiful. Masked it up. I think I'll do my little cheetah line of olive drab around the edge and let that seal, and then we'll give it a roller of white paint right up to, you know, slop it around here inside that line there, the 5-inch circle. Probably three or four coats of white I'm anticipating, but that's Yeah, that's nice so far. Now what I'm going to do now, I'll mask up this square down here somewhere. I believe it'll just be like on datum, so neutral. So I'm just going to square up the fuselage. Well, nowadays I'll put this on my datum here, zero this, make it 0 at the back, and that'll be square. I'm just going to, I think I've got a bit too much white. This will be black and white, guys, don't worry. So I'm going to paint the white square. This sticker is just to tell me how big I need to do the white square. So I think I'll take it in about 1/2 inch all the way around. And consideration is where the cables come out. So probably fit it between the cables and make it easy on myself so I can do it on the other side. Yeah, maybe drop for argument's sake, if I just drop something down off there, it's easy to replicate on the other side. But what I'm going to do, instead of trying to mask up a perfect sort of rectangle, I'm going to cut out the shape on the bench out of cardboard, nice and square, and I'll put it on here, position it, and then just mark the corners and then mask it up. To me, that's a lot easier, rather than have a slight, try and do it on there out of masking tape. It won't be perfectly square in my books. We'll give that a go. Okay, light sand. I just use a bit of Scotch-Brite. Sanded all the areas. I'll give that a damp cloth off now. I'm going to go around the edge with the green paint just to seal the tape. I like to do that. Almost guarantees, well, there's no guarantees in life, but nice crisp edge. We'll do that now. Just painting the edge, green. Looks terrible, doesn't it? But it's method in my madness. I'm sure it'll turn out fine. Paint it green, then we'll paint it white. This seals the tape. All right. All right, the white's gone on. Not overly happy, but we'll see how it goes. Got to have confidence that it's going to let it dry. Light sand, another couple of coats probably. The white, I got a white base. Maybe I need white paint. I don't know. I asked the guys at the shop. Said white's white. So it's sort of reacting differently to the other paint. There's a lot of texture in that, I can see, but it's wet, so it's probably the light over dark scenario, so we'll trust that. I'm just looking for any white paint that I've splashed anywhere. Not down there. Yeah. One of the fun parts. All right, we've got about 4 or 5 coats of white on there. Just kept putting it on until I had full coverage. Still a bit wet. You guys are very lucky having me do this one-handed. Oops. And there, my friends, is a white square. It's time to go home. Get to those ones tomorrow. But looking good. We'll get a black number in that tomorrow. magic. All right, you have some slow days and you have some fun days. Today's going to be a fun day. We will get some colour onto here and some stickers, some decals. Let's do it. All right, there's my poor old heaters on her last legs. I've drawn on my circles. We'll mask it up. I've gone off the sort of the old plans that I've found. It says 1 inch. It looks a bit much white for me, but it's a bit hard to tell with all this white and the overspray as well. So we'll go with that. I know on the wing it looks thinner because it's a bigger circle, 50-inch diameter or 52 or something. This is 27. So we'll make it realistic. Let's get some blue and red on there. All right, pretty funny, but that's how it starts. Slow and steady wins the race. Probably looks worse because it's got blue masking tape. Thin coat, that's the first coat, just get it on. And thin. Thin's the name of the game is what I'm learning. So it's probably almost touch dry already. Having just rolled it on. I'll give it 10 minutes, roll on another coat. That's probably going to need 4 or 5 coats. I just brushed on the red. I'll do crisscross. To be honest, I couldn't be bothered wrecking a roller just for a 5-inch circle. Yeah, we'll get the paint on there. In the meantime, I'm going to put a number on here, and I've got some little lift here stickers that I may or may not put on. But just thought I'd show you that you got to trust yourself sometimes. I'm still not 100% sure, but we'll keep going and see what happens. All right, we've got a sticker on. So we'll pull that off, see what happens. Well, there you go. Stoked. Okay guys, there we go. I just keep putting paint on this. I don't know, it's coat number 4 I think. Still prickly wet. I just brushed the centre section. I've done east, west, north, south, south, west, east, west and far out. I've done all that, and well, probably one more coat I reckon. We'll see how that dries off. Yeah, I'd say one more coat. It's a little bit transparent on the blue especially. Only use a little bit of paint, but that's okay. Got my lift here stickers on. Now I put those on the bottom just to give it some texture, if you like, or something to, some detail, a little bit of detail. I went with the stickers. Originally I printed those out to use a stencil, so I can still do that. I've saved all these files on my computer. I cut all the stickers myself, if you didn't know that. I just got a cheap eBay sticker printer thing. So if the stickers come off, I'll do the reverse and do a stencil and paint it on. Now, because it's a metal airframe, they should be over the the uprights if it was a wood aircraft. The reason I moved it down here is just to give me a nice flat area. I've got 4 tapes here all clashing together, and try and put a sticker over the top of the tapes would just be a nightmare. Same as masking, try and avoid it. So I've put it down there, and the other one just here. The F2024 2024, just speechless. Looks fantastic. Absolutely unbelievable. So really happy with that. Now the other big unveil that you guys may not have seen yet is the fin. There's the fin. Sopwith the Sopwith Aviation Company Limited, Kingston on Thames. I've got the rudder there as well. It's over on the bench, red, white and blue, just looking fantastic. So, really good. Both sides. I'm going to go and have some lunch. Probably whack another coat of paint on, at least. Yeah, another coat of paint. Now the plan is, I've got this big, nice, warm tent. I was going to push the aircraft out and put the tail on, tailplane, rudder, elevator, whatever, and run the cables and do my leather patches. But I might as well do it in here. But to do that, the tailplane's 2400 wide and the elevators bulge out a little bit, I think. So I might spin the aircraft around and put the tail down that end. So I'm not trying to get past the tail all the time. And I might as well mount all that, work in comfort in the spray booth, while I pull down a wing, the centre wing, and put it on the bench. The reason I need to do the centre wing, because I want to get the struts covered, or the cabanes. I really need the cabanes on, and I might as well do the top wing, and then I can work out how the Humpty Bump goes on the Camel. For those who don't know, the Camel got its name sort of like a Sopwith pup, I guess, but then the machine guns were freezing, I think, freezing. So they raised the hump up to keep the machine guns from freezing, keep some of that heat in there, hence the name Camel. Thus ends the history lesson. Let's talk, more work. I want to get into this. This is interesting because a lot of it's sort of on memory of what's underneath. So when I pull it off, I could get a surprise, or it could be quite nice and usable. So stand by on that one. Hopefully I'll get that done before the end of the video. And if I ever watch this back, say, hey mate, you had nothing to worry about. All right guys, we interrupt the painting for a tick, even though I've got the painting folder out there. Clecos. I've had a few people ask me what are Clecos. So I got buckets of them up here in different sizes. These are 1/8. I can tell by the colour, copper. So a Cleco is just, and these are the Cleco pliers, which grab the Cleco like that. So you're ready to go with the Cleco into a number 30 hole, which is this one. So as you push the Cleco, you can see that's clamped, if you like. As you push the Cleco out, it goes skinny, so it'll fit in the hole. You release it. Now it's sort of, the spring tension would hold two or three bits of metal or whatever together. In my case, plywood. I think a few people have seen me holding the plywood on the aircraft. So a Cleco, you can see how it, there's some over the paper, if it gets in focus. See how that works like that. Tight, loosens off, goes narrow, goes into a hole, and then sort of like a wall plug, I guess. So anyway, a few people asked, that is what a Cleco is. Just not sure if I need to pull that tape off yet or not. So anyway, we mocked up the fin. I think that sits up a bit. Really happy. Probably another coat of blue, I think. One more coat of blue and we should be done. Yeah, a couple of little light spots. And then we'll get the mask off. Hopefully we're all good. Whew. Are you kidding me? You serious? If I paid for that, I'd be happy. What do you reckon, guys? Gobsmacked. Woo! All right. Yesterday I couldn't spell roundel. Today it would seem I am the best roundel maker in this row of hangers on the south side, even numbers. So how cool is that? Are you kidding me? Have a look at, like, handmade, hand-drawn, hand-masked up. You got a little bit of overspray there, or splatter. That's all right. It's going to end up with cow poo on it probably. Nothing else to say, guys. Thanks for watching. roundels.com.au. See you on the next video.